Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is your reading for August 9th through the 15th. I'm probably going to be out for a week or two, have a lot of family things going on, and stuff just got a little bit crazy. It's probably all the eclipse stuff, you know? Are you feeling it? Are you feeling the eclipse energy? Because I am soaking in it, and I hope you are well. Let's see what this week has for you. Make sure if you're watching before the 8th, spend some time in your manifestation work, really focused on the things that you want to create. It is a wonderful portal for bringing in new energy, for bringing in abundance. All right, best energy for Sagittarius spirit. So grateful that you are here overseeing this reading. Best energy for Sagittarius. You know my Sagittarians deserve the best in energy. So let's bring it. Bring it! All right. Eight of Pentacles. That's the energy you're coming into the reading with. Four of Pentacles is your challenge. Two of Swords is the basis of this reading. Queen of Pentacles in your recent past. Eight of Wands is your potential. Cool. Three of Pentacles immediately before you. Negative feelings, you have the Four of Cups. External factors, Nine of Wands. 10 of Cups in your hopes and wishes. Well, yeah, me too. And Seven of Cups as our outcome. So it looks like a pretty easy week, honestly. Five of Swords on the bottom of the deck, however. We're doing a lot of thinking, huh? All right, let's get into this reading and see what Sagittarius has going on. Eight of Pentacles, energy you're coming in with, working at your craft, getting educated about something. You're working. I think you're working. I think while everybody else is like running around with their heads cut off because of all this eclipse energy, you are working. You're working on what you want to work on. You're working on your craft, what's important to you. That's the energy that you're coming in with. Interestingly, we got an 8 here, and with that 8-8 portal, and then 26, 2 plus 6 is 8, so it's kind of like an 8-8-8, and you're getting an 8. Yeah, this is magical. This is really, really in alignment, and this is great. I think what you're working on, and you got another 8 up here with the 8 of Wands too. Yeah, you're in really, really good energy. There's no major arcana on the table at all, but I think you're kind of working sort of like beneath the surface on some things. I think you're in a really good place. Four of Pentacles is your challenge. They call this the Miser card. I often call it the Boundaries card. Protecting what is yours. I think you're building other things, but I think you're also being called to protect what's yours, to have good boundaries. And with all the chaotic energy that's going on right now, it's really important for you to just know what's yours, protect what's yours. Don't take on energy from other people. If you are worried about things, really ask yourself, is this my worry or a worry that I am picking up from someone else? So the call here, what's crossing or covering you, is this protective energy. So this could be a call to be protective, or it could be a call that you're being overprotective. But I think you're in a good place, and I'm not seeing any like harmful energy around. I'm just seeing maybe a call for you to have really good boundaries, to be protective of your energy and be protective of your space because you're working on some things. The basis of this reading is the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is this or that thinking, black and white thinking, thinking that there's only, I could either go this way or that way, but there's a third option. There's another thing that you haven't considered yet. And so your working or your challenge with this entire reading is to widen your options. And you're getting that because your outcome is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is about having lots of different options. The outcome of you working on the things that you're working on is that you're going to have much more optionality in the future. So I think you are getting out of this because this is only two options, right? And the call to this card is take the blindfold off, look around. There's a third option right behind you, but you're getting 7 options by the end of this reading. So you're getting into a really, really good space. 5 of Swords was on the bottom of the deck, and this is some kind of disappointment, some kind of worry, some kind of thing that's just like bothering you. But 5 of Swords is also a 5 card, and 5s are all about change. And if you look at the message behind the guy, you've got the guy here, and he's like, worrying about this thing. But behind him is the light coming down from spirit and freedom. So the change of the mind is to let go of the worry and to allow spirit to come in and help you and change your mind, change the way you're seeing things, the way you're perceiving things. So I think this week is a week of you changing your mind as you're working on your things. And spirit is right there to help you not only solve the worries, solve the things that are causing you some kind of headache, but to find that third option, because you are getting that optionality as your outcome. But the outcome comes from stepping up to the challenge of being protective of yourself, protective of what is yours. She's got her 4 pentacles. Now the call, of course, is to like take one of those pentacles and invest it in something so that you can grow. But I think you understand already what you're supposed to be doing with your pentacles. I don't see this as, oh, you're being miserly and you need to stop being that. I'm really seeing this as something that you need to be just very, very good with your boundaries, know what is yours and protect it. You're in a position, however, with this being in your past, Queen of Pentacles, you know how to do this. Your recent past is you knowing how to manage your pentacles, knowing when to invest, knowing when not to invest, knowing when to receive, knowing when to give. The Queen of Pentacles nurtures her finances and she enjoys her finances because she knows that the universe has her back all the time. So I think you're going to be just fine. If you are protective of yourself, you have swift movement, the 8 of Wands, swift movement towards a successful completion of something. You're working on something with that 8 of Pentacles. You're building something. And this is the offering to you of your potentials if you step up to the challenge of being protective of what's yours. And I think maybe that call is happening because you are working with other people in your immediate future. Immediate future, 3 of Pentacles, working on things with other people. But you see that guy that's holding up the macrame thing? If he's not holding that up, it's impossible to do the job. He's the cornerstone of the entire project. That's you. So you have to be the leader of this group. You are getting attention for being the leader. You're getting attention for the person who's making things happen, but you are working with other people. But you have to know your own power and you have to be protective of what you know is yours. Lots of pentacles here as we see this flow from the Queen of Pentacles of being in this place of just knowing how to manage money, knowing how to manage stuff, knowing how to manage the project, to a place where you're working really hard on it, protecting your energy, and then working with other people as the leader. But I think you're the leader because of this energy. Because of this energy, it's flowing into the success of this project and the fast completion if you protect yourself. This is kind of a really simple reading and pretty easy, honestly, to read. 4 of Cups is in your negative feelings. So complacency. You could be feeling negative about someone else's complacency. You may be feeling like, I keep working on this thing with these people. And oh, look, another person on the team. And they're going to probably be chaotic too. Somebody's offering you something else. And you're like, no, don't want it. Don't want it. There could be some negative feelings about the offer that's coming in. There might be complacency happening on the project you're working on, and those people are kind of driving you nuts. Honestly, this is not a terrible card to come out in your negative feelings, because it's okay to feel negative about complacency when you are in the process of building something that's pretty successful. There's something, though, that's bugging you because you have the 9 of Wands in your external factors. 9 of Wands is the card that tells you to persist, but it's also the card of, oh my gosh, are we done yet? There's something in your external factors where you're just feeling like, we need to finish this. Why is this taking so long? Why can't I get this done? And the call is to be persistent with the things in your external environment. You have plenty of energy around that. But I think it relates, honestly, back to this Two of Swords. You think there's only one way to complete the project. There's only one way to really get from A to B. But Spirit's telling you there's multiple ways to get from A to B. And I think this changing of the mind with the Five of Swords gets really fast movement so that you can get this thing done, so that you can get it to the successful completion. But this requires focus. This is asking you to have boundaries, and this is asking you to persist. I think you're going to be just fine. Your hopes and wishes. Well, doesn't everybody want this? 10 of Cups, the happy home, the happy family, the fortune after difficulty, the good feelings. That's what you are striving for. That is what you want. That is what is driving you. You are driving to get to a good completion of this project, a good completion of this thing that you've been working on, something that's going to make you feel good, but good not just for yourself, but good with other people. Cups cards are all, about working with other people and with loving what you're doing. I think as you come to completion with this project, I think it's more of the people that you're working with. Maybe you're working on a family project. Maybe you're building a pool or something. My neighbors are building a pool and I'm like, oh my gosh, their yard is such chaos. But eventually they're going to have this. They're going to be sitting around the pool and having a great time with the kids and having a wonderful time. You are going to get to this, but the call to get your hopes and wishes is to change your mind, see that there's a different way of doing things, protect your energy, and just stay focused on what you're doing and be the leader and persist. And when you do that, you have many different options. I think right now with the Two of Swords being down in the basis, you are feeling like, I have to choose between these two things and neither one of them seems like they're going to work. You get that changed mind, you focus, and then all of a sudden, not only do you have 3 options, you have 7 different options. I mean, the goal of the Seven of Cups is to choose the one that's going to be right for you, but you're getting a lot of different options. You're moving from a place where you think you only have one way or that way to go. But this is telling you there's lots of different ways. And I think you're going to feel really good when you have a lot more options available to you. So you are busy, working hard, just requiring a changing of the mind so that you can have more options. I think that's wonderful. Seems like a pretty laid back week, though. No major arcana. We just have one court card with the Queen of Pentacles, which I believe is you. And I think you are taking this energy from the past and bringing it forward. I don't think it's like, oh, well, the Queen of Pentacles is in the past, so that's not you anymore. I think this is an experience that you have that is basically the undercurrent of this whole reading. But let's pull some clarifiers and ask Spirit, what else? What else does Sagittarius need to know about the successful completion of this project and getting to that 10 of Cups so that we have tons more options? And you are getting the King of Pentacles. That's beautiful. That's wonderful to come out because we've got the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Those kind of are divine counterparts, but they also very, very grounded. They want to move rather slowly, make the right decisions, those types of things. But I am seeing this actually, King of Pentacles, of you going from a place of knowing to a place of mastery, of getting to a place where not only do you know that the universe has your back, but that you can make any decision, you can invest in any way, you can command this project to go in whatever way that you want, and it's going to get to a successful conclusion because you are the leader. I think that's beautiful. That's wonderful. All right, we are getting, he's been coming out a lot with this. The Devil is coming out as a clarifier. So there could be some temptation around as you are looking at the two options. One of those options is going to be extremely tempting that you think is going to solve everything. But the message of the Devil is to stay in your own power. Do not allow yourself to be chained to something that isn't the right answer for you. It's giving up your power to an external thing because you think you're going to get something in return, but the devil always promises and never delivers. So one of those options with the Two of Swords, I believe that's where it's coming up, or it could be one of the options when you get to the optionality, but I'm really feeling like one of those options feels like it might be the right answer because it solves a lot of things, but there's something underneath it that just doesn't feel right. And you're just like, okay, well, I'll just deal with the things that don't seem right. But what ends up happening, it's kind of like the addiction card. People get addicted to substances because it's like they can't deal with their emotions. So they smoke, they drink, they eat too much sugar or cookies in my case, and then you eat these things. And then not only does the emotion not go away, but now you have an additional problem of, blood sugar issues or alcohol abuse and being sick, all of these things. So you get another problem. The devil is something that takes your power away. It promises a solution, but it never delivers, and then it takes your power away. And you do not want to give your power away for anything. Stay in the Queen of Pentacles, stay in the King of Pentacles, stay in being the authority of your own life, and don't give your power away. But I do think there's something with this indecision of which way do I go that's giving you the headache, and Spirit's trying to tell you, stay in your own power, stay connected to Spirit. The freedom is right there. You just need to change your mind so that you can have more options and fortune after difficulty, happiness. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is beautiful. This is the spark of a new idea. I think I'm going to put that down next to the Seven of Cups because I feel like one of those cups is the next thing. I think you are getting to some completion. You've got the Eight of Wands, which is fast completion, successful completion of the project. It's tied in with the Four of Pentacles, having good boundaries and protecting what's yours, getting to this optionality. And one of those options is the Ace of Wands. It's the start of a new journey, the start of a new project that you feel passionate about, but it's just the start. It's just the spark. You have to feed it. It's kind of like when you start a fire and you've got this little spark. I hate talking about fire because I'm so triggered by all of the wildfires right now. I have friends up in Spokane, and it's just, I have lived through, I have so many friends who have lost, so I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to give it any more energy. I did a reading for myself actually on what's going on with the fires, and I feel like there's a spiritual solution to them. There's always a spiritual solution to everything. But anyway, Ace of Wands is just that like initial idea, but it needs some decisions. It needs some exploration. It's just the start of an idea, but starting of a new idea that, it denotes it being successful, as does the Eight of Wands. So, and wands are all about passion. So it's something you're passionate about. One of those cups and the Seven of Cups, your options going forward, it's going to feel really good. And it's going to feel really freeing, I think. Right now, you feel a little bit bound up with what's going on and why isn't this happening? And you really, really desire some fortune after difficulty and those good feelings of the Ten of Cups. And I think the optionality, you're Sagittarius. You guys like lots of options, don't you? You've got blessed. And I feel like you are blessed right now. I think actually the Five of Swords with that light coming down, offering you freedom when you change your mind, gives you the blessing. Blessed. This journey is blessed. It's bringing you more into your power and knowing who you really are. So just be cautious of that devil because he's the one that's trying to take away your blessing. Your blessing really is being in your own power, being in your own energy. That's always your blessing because when you're there, things just kind of manifest on their own. Then you just like, all right, this is what I want. I want to have a happy home, happy family, have fortune after difficulty, all of those great things. I want to feel really, really good. And you say that, and it just happens for you when you're in your own power. And you've got the never-ending story. Never-ending story is just kind of like the same thing over and over and over again. I feel like that's the Nine of Wands and your external factors of just like, when is this ever going to be done? It's just been going on for so long, and you really desire to make some movements to get things going. You just need to persist a little bit longer and change your mind, and you're going to get to this happy freedom that you guys want. I hope this reading was helpful to you, Sagittarius. You guys know I love your energy. I may not be around for the next couple of weeks. I've got a ton of things happening right now, and I just, for some reason, got a ton of personal readings that I'm doing as well, and so lots happening. And with the eclipse, things are a little bit chaotic, so I might not be around for a week or two, but I will definitely be back for September readings at the very latest. You know, I'm hoping to have readings for next week as well. But thank you for being here. If this reading helped you at all, give me a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next reading. Thanks so much for being here.